Hello, this is Ashlyn Hunley and Peyton Landis with Linton-Stockton Student Press, and we're here at Indiana University with Olympic gold medalist swimmer, Miss Lilly King. Thank you for speaking with us today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me, guys.
As a child, who was a swimmer that inspired you?
I think my favorite swimmer when I was a kid was Janet Evans because she came and did a clinic in my hometown when I was about 8. And it was really before I got into swimming a lot, and she told me one thing that I'll always remember. She said I was never the most talented swimmer, but I outworked everybody. And even at 8 years old, that's something that I carried throughout my swimming career. So I think that was definitely my inspiration as a kid.
What are some of your early memories of being in the pool?
I don't really know. I mean, I always loved being in the pool. I love being in the water. But honestly, the one early memory I can think of is the pool I grew up swimming at was disgusting. It's nasty. They're about to tear it down, I think. But I just remember there being algae all over the bottom of the pool, and we would draw in it, like in between sets at practice. So that was like my memory as a child, was just drawing in the algae in the pool.
We read that as a child, swimming was the only thing that could help calm you down. What is it about swimming that helps you relax?
I'm just really hyper in general, and I have so much energy, so I think it really just wears me out. Like it calms me down in the fact that I don't have that much energy anymore after practice, so it kind of keeps me more on a normal energy level with regular people.
Has breaststroke always been your best stroke, or did you have success in other strokes?
Breaststroke has always been my best stroke. That was my first state cut when I was, 9, 10 years old. And the 100 breast has been my best event since I was about 9 years old. So, yeah, it's definitely been my best. My other strokes, my other 3 strokes, it changes which one's my worst every other week. But breaststroke's always been number 1.
What are some challenges you have faced throughout your swimming career?
I wouldn't say I really had too many challenges other than facility issues when I was younger, just because we didn't have a lot of facilities in Evansville, and it was really hard getting training time and having people to train with. But after that, after the Olympics, I kind of had some motivation issues just getting back into swimming after winning an Olympic gold medal, because I really had no direction after that. So I'd say that was probably my biggest challenge so far.
What is something you believe separates you from other swimmers or gives you an edge against your competition?
You know, I've been trying to figure that out myself for a little while. I'm taking exercise physiology right now, and I'm trying to think it must be something like physiological, like with my body, that is different, and nothing has appeared out of the ordinary so far. So we'll see. But I think really just at least in my competitive edge, is that I'm really intimidating behind the blocks, and I work really hard to practice. So I think the combination of those two have really, I guess, pushed me over the edge.
Was there a moment when you realized you could go very far in swimming?
I think I had a couple moments where I realized like I was getting pretty good at swimming. So the first time I won like an age group state meet, I was 12, and I won the 100 breast. And that was like my very first moment of like real self-belief that I was going to go places. And then my second time, I remember this, I was 16. I won junior nationals for the first time. I broke a minute in the 100 breast for the first time, and that was kind of the moment I realized I could make the Olympic team. Even at 16 years old, even though I wasn't really competing with the older kids yet, that was the one moment I can pinpoint and say that was the time I remember, and I thought that I could make the Olympic team.
What is a superstition that you have, or a ritual that you have done before your races?
Ooh, good question. I get this one every once in a while, but my pre-race ritual, I guess, is I drink a Coke before I race, which I know is super weird, but it started back when I was in high school. I was wandering around the pool deck really mopey before a race, and my coach just gave me a Coke, and I swam crazy fast, made the national team, and after that, it was a Coke before the race. So yeah, had a Coke before, won a world record, had a Coke before I won the Olympic gold. It's with me all the time.
What are some words of advice that you would give to younger swimmers, people like us that look up to you?
Honestly, I just work hard and have fun. That's all it is. That's all I do every day. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm still in the sport, because I work hard every day, and I love what I'm doing. Also, when I was younger, I didn't fully commit to swimming until I got to high school, until I was trying to make Olympic trials, and I think that was something that really helped me continue my love for the sport, because I think a lot of swimmers early on specialize too early, and they're swimming year-round, from the time they're 6 years old, and by the time you get into high school, you get sick of it. So I also did a lot of other sports. I played piano, I was in the orchestra, I did other things before I got to high school, and I think that was that was something that was really helpful for me that could be helpful for other swimmers.
What are your next goals for swimming?
Good question. I don't really know. I guess looking forward, we've got Tokyo in 2 years, so hopefully win 4 golds. That's my goal. Obviously the 100 breast, repeat in that, and then win the 200 breast. That's my big goal for this summer and for next summer. And then the medley relay, like the U.S. will probably win. Like, you know, we have the best swimmers in the world, so we'll probably win that. And then they've also added the 400 mixed medley relay. So hopefully I'll be able to be on that relay with 2 girls and 2 guys, and we'll be able to pull off the gold. But those are my big goals for the future.
What do you want your legacy to be as a swimmer?
I obviously want my legacy to be my performances, and I was the greatest ever or whatever it happens to be at the time. But I also really want to look back on my swimming career and say I made an impact on somebody's life, or say I made an impact in the sport, or really kind of changed the game. So it's just kind of a little backstory. So last week I was in Washington, D.C., and we had a meeting at the White House, and we were talking about anti-doping and how we needed to reform that, or make it better so we don't have as many people who are cheating in the sport. And things like that I kind of want to, I guess, include into my legacy, but not just my swimming goals.
We read that both your parents were very skilled athletes as well. Are there any words of encouragement or advice that they have given you that have stuck with you to this day?
Yeah, when I was younger, and I'm going to be honest, I was really slow when I was younger. I didn't get very fast till I got into high school, so it was a very long process of me getting to where I've gotten today. But when I was younger and I was just getting my butt beat every single race, my mom would just tell me to stay next to the person, or stay close to the person next to me for as long as I could. And that's kind of how I race today. I just go out with everybody and try to win the race. And I think it was so simple, but that's definitely something that stuck with me.
Did you play any other sports growing up? Is there a sport that you've always wanted to try?
I did. I wouldn't say I did a lot of organized sports, but I was definitely a backyard kind of kid. I guess I did. I played baseball, volleyball, did gymnastics, cross country, track. I was the captain of my middle school tug-of-war team. So yeah, that's pretty funny. I don't know as far as sports that I'd like to try. I think, I don't know, I feel like doing X Games kind of stuff, like, that'd just be cool to just say I did it. So I guess that'd be something I'd want to try.
What is a goal that you hope to accomplish outside of swimming?
Outside of swimming, I don't know, just get my adult life together at some point. I'm not sure. I'm majoring in PE, so eventually I would like to get into something with youth sports or with PE and maybe start coaching, or I guess that could be a goal for the future.
We heard that you are a self-proclaimed McDonald's enthusiast. What is your go-to food choice?
My go-to at McDonald's is a double cheeseburger and a large Coke. And sometimes fries. We'll see. Depends on the day.
We read that you're a big Harry Potter fan. If you could use any Harry Potter spell in the pool to help you out, which spell would you use and why?
Good question. I've never gotten this one before. Okay. I guess it's not really a spell, but in the 4th book / movie, Harry gets the gillyweed. I think that's what it's called, gillyweed. And he has the bubble over his, or he gets the gills. So I think I would have to go with that one.
This has been Peyton Landis and Ashlyn Hunley with the Linton-Stockton Student Press. We would like to thank Miss Lilly King for speaking with us.
Yeah, thanks guys.